big block and they score it down the middle and break it so that the surface is rough. It kind of looks like an old gray stone, you know, you see those things. Now, the big problem that you'd have with this is ideally you don't build a single weight wall in Chicago. The walls are just one block thick. In Chicago, usually you'll have 2 or 3 weights of brick. You know, Chicago's a masonry town. The other problem that you have is we've been having last year, this year, and 2006, where this problem first started showing up, warm, wet winters. Usually in Chicago, you've got the 6 to 10 days of freezing temperatures in February, single digits. That's when masonry buildings dry out. It's surprisingly and somewhat anti-intuitive, but it still is the fact. If you ever go by the buildings in the spring and you see the white stuff, the powdery white stuff on the front, that's efflorescence. That's just like my hat here, where the sweat comes out, buildings sweat, and then the water evaporates and leaves the white salts. So with split face block, we've seen a lot of condos, like 3 units or 6 unit condos, where you got a bunch of young 30-somethings who buy into it, and then they don't know what's happening. The original symptoms we started to see was crown molding, shrinking, and water stains on the walls, and then we started seeing mold. And in some extreme cases, last year especially, we saw a number of building collapses where the wooden trusses, as they go into the pockets of the block, the water gets absorbed by the trusses and they rot, and the whole thing falls down.